first track is Ghost Valley 3.
Mm.
It's going to be interesting. Primarily, who will go for how many platform jumps?
Yeah.
Platform jump here is relatively easy, especially for these players, but it's not free. So nerves can still.
I think we'll clearly see a gap between the player who did and the player who didn't do.
Yeah.
Still going with cascading starts that people.
I already heard someone fall off. It's JDR. So that's like 6 or 7 seconds you're losing there.
We have decent driving. Safe, not very aggressive, but
Martin's going for so far each platform jump. He doesn't seem to be taking a lot of risk in this part. He's still pretty solid.
the gap jumps.
Yeah. Like when you go for a PR stretch, you really want to land as
yeah, you want
much
to
on
cut
the
as much corner as possible.
land
So
as
then
as much right on the platform as you can, and especially on the back section. There's a lot of gaps, and there's a bumper, and you basically come out of like this corner coming up blind. So you need to make a very quick decision about the line you're taking across or around the gaps. KDR fell off again, I saw. Not a good.
be able to see 4 times again with just how the layout is. Oh wait, about 125. I see 138.
Mike has a 194.
Layla doing a 120 and a 124 on Mike's side.
Yeah.
So
For the people we can see, JDR is about to do the live, at least.
JDR might be in the bottom half, but we are not sure if Martin is going to be in the bottom half. I think Platform Boy is going to announce that pretty soon. Okay, I have a very important question. Are you a DK or are you a Bowser player?
Oh, Bowser, true.
Alright, you're in the right spot.
It's basically like the characters I pick. Bowser for any racing mode. And that's basically because I saw before attending my first CDM, I made I don't think it's a mistake, because I just signed up and then started watching videos. I saw him in how much trouble I was, because I thought I was pretty good at Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when you do your first tournament.
Yeah. And I saw like most people playing with Donkey Kong then, and I'm a bit of a contrarian like that, so I was like, okay, I'm going to start with Bowser.
Yeah.
And for battle mode I use Princess, because Scoop, one of the contenders for the title of GOAT in Super Mario Kart
battle mode,
also use just overall also uses Princess for battle mode. So it's like, well, if it's good enough for him, then
why not me?
Exactly.
Hey,
Waiting on the announcement for the people who have lost a life.
I remember Jean telling us that she got the princess. I think the princess is the same wave rank as Yoshi.
Yeah.
The princess and Yoshi, the quiche.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe people are just finishing their track and we're picking up the results. But so far, there is, in terms of storytelling, we have the curse on the French side, where the people being streamed on the French side are usually cursed to get bumped out in the middle of the run that is being streamed, whereas on the English side, you need them to go at least to the last run.
Yeah. Ooh.
Martin, Frank, Paul, Sander, JR, Julian. Well, the combination is still late. It was 3 lots. Next one.
So
Mike,
Mike,
Martin,
Martin,
Julien,
yeah,
and Frank.
Frank. So we have 2 here. 2, 3, 4. So we're missing 2. Bottom 8 of each track lose a life, yeah.
I think I'll go and see if I can get the definitive list.
Yeah. Waster, JDR.
People who have lost a life are Fire Waster,
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
Martin.
Okay, I got that fingers in this. Mike, Martin.
Fire Waster, Frank,
Yeah.
Mole,
Yeah.
Sumner.
And that was Sumner I was lacking. Up.
Okay.
So yeah, 2 people. So this is on the layout we've ranked the people. On the left side you have the people that were ranked in the top 8. And on the right side you have people ranked until 12th place in the upper half. And on the bottom half we have Mole, Sumner, Frank and Julian, who came out from the barrage.
Yes.
The barrage trial.
And at when we're at 8 people, the lives reset.
Yeah, at 8 people the life go. Everyone gets back their 3 lives.
This track it's also very interesting to see who does go and who doesn't go for a platform jump. Because the platform jump is possible here, but it's extremely difficult. You have like very small.
Yeah, we've seen this track in the barrage stage, I think. And no one on stream went for the platform jump because it was too risky.
Yeah, most of the barrage players are not of the level that they can make it.
So the platform here is very, very narrow, so even if you make the jump, if you made it with the wrong trajectory, you might end up...
It's not that it's too narrow, because in Grand Prix, for example, it's perfectly doable. It's just that the gap is just big enough, or just too big to comfortably make it.
So you need to be having a very constant speed and do the jump at the right time.
You need to have be exactly at top speed of your boost. You can only do it if you can do it if not boosting. There are examples of people who have done it, but it's then you have 0 or 1 frames to make it.
Yeah, okay.
And so if you boost, you have a bit more leeway, but it's still very tight.
But it's not a very consistent strat to have in Giant Run.
It's not a very consistent strat.
Very, on this try here, very consistent.
Yeah, 51, 55, 59, 59. It's a bit of the character of this track. It's not like that difficult, because you're mostly just left, 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 right, left. But still, those are very decent times. It's I don't think Martin boosted here, because this looks like a time that's close to my PR, so...
What's your PR on this track?
I think it's 108.13 on memory. So when I usually drive, I get in the 1360s somewhere in my lap, so... JDR also did a 108, 108.03. That's very tight. I think Mike had an oopsie, because he had
a 111.44. And Layla with the 108.37.
I think Mike just hit a few blocks on the edge.
Yeah, we're definitely speaking in a matter of frames here.
It's because I see he had this 14 penultimate lap and a 15 last lap. Those are not times you drive when you fall off, and you're much slower.
Thanks for your result. The following people have lost a life, which is Layla. Julia. Right. All white. Fire Western. Somewhere. So Julia, Frank, Bolt, Mike, Fireworks and Sumner are on their last line. And they have grouped themselves on the next track called Rainbow Road.
Oh my god, Rainbow Road as the last track for 4 people? That's harsh. So Firewester, Julian, Sumner, Mike are in the last life.
Yep.
Layla is at 2 and Flo is at 2. I didn't got Flo.
Oh, Martin missing a zoom start here. It's a biggie.
No, Frank is at 2 lives. Frank lost a life on this one, but did not lose on the previous one, I think. Can't remember.
Frank is on 1 life.
Frank is on 1 life?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So 5 people risking elimination here.
6.
6? Okay.
1, 2, 3,
I got
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Firewaster, Mike, Sumner, Frank, Julian.
Julian, Frank, Mole.
Oh,
Mike.
Mole too.
Firewaster somewhere. Yeah. Here as well, don't see Martin boosting at all. Just weird. Would be doing that, but. And this track is basically don't fall off, which easier said than done. So most of these players, if not all, will have a safe strat to at least make sure that it's unlikely they fall. But especially the people with one life left might go for a bit of an edgier strat. It's got the corners a bit tighter. On 35, 36 for Martin. Very consistent laps, but missing the zoom start probably have broken him up. I can't really see what Mike's time is.
129.53 on JDR's side, and 130.66 for Mike. 136.10 for Layla.
Also so probably missed the zoom start.
Yeah, Layla had a 22 first lap.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a missed zoom start. Mike had a decent run. And JDR too.
Yeah.
Martin had a 22 first lap and 18 laps overall. So yeah, unfortunately I think Mike might be in the bottom half with this one.
Well, we already seen 2 players miss the zoom, so I'm going to assume that they at least are in the bottom half.
Yeah, it's very hard to think that, even though you can drive perfectly well during the track, that the fact that you miss the zoom start is your demise in the time trial. shows how high the level can be. Waiting for Lafungo to announce the results, and if any players are out of the competition, we're having at least one more turn because we need 8 players to be eliminated. So far we have a solid top 6 with KVD, Lafungo, Sami, Antistar, Takashi, and Jarmus being still at 3 lives.
Yeah.
Every other player having lost at least 1 life.
This pretty much tracks the overall idea I have about their driving levels. So there's no real surprises here. Circle Mike still sees a bunch of missed zoomstars, so
More people are 11 This means that more fire water from somewhere from where the time from.
Antistar, Lost Alive, Mario, Mol, Layla, Martin, Firewaster, Flo, Frank, Sumner.
Martin too?
Yeah.
Yeah, Martin is at 1 life.
Julia have 1 life.
So Mol, Firewaster, Frank and Sumner are out.
Yeah, I've got Firewaster, Mole, Sumner, and Frank are out. Julian, Mike, and Layla are at 1 life.
Mike, Julian, Layla, Martin,
Flo.
and Flo at 1
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, that's exactly what I got.
Okay.
And we have JDR 2, Antistar 2, and Jarmu, Takashi, Lafungo, Sami, and KVD are at 3. And yeah, so KB2 for the next track. Get the zoom starts.
Yep. Fish are in a very favorable position for Martin.
Yeah, those fish are random, right?
Their position is random, yeah. So there's like a general position where they always are, but they can be like
There is a slight offset that can vary depending on each type.
yeah,
of
they
boat
they
and
can move several tiles over. So the place where Martin crosses the water, they can be right in your face, or like they are now, just not a problem at all. But this could be beneficial for him.
This is part of the competition. This is you have to adapt to what the game offers you.
Yeah, that's and sometimes that's really harsh. You can like make
and get in the rough of
the seaweed,
track.
And you saw now the fish is completely on the other side. He's on his last lap now, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
And yeah, crosses the line through the water.
Like for a 101, I would just sign at the dotted line for that, but I don't know if that's enough for now. And JDR has his sub-minute, 58 or 59. Mike has a 102.
And a 1 minute 35 for Layla. So
That's
two
flat for
people
Layla.
above, 2 people behind. Martin is still on his last life, so we'll see. I'm curious to see what happens if 5 people gets eliminated here.
The person.
Oh, they can't. It's a 3 only because there are already people eliminated.
Yeah, and what happens that if there are multiple people losing their lives, the
Higher ranked.
the higher the people with the highest times get their life back.
Okay.
So that we always start the next series with 8 people.
Yeah, okay. So in this case, it would be Layla who survived, because she's the one with the lives.
Yeah.
With the best time on the first part. Yeah, to think that was this small part where he right into the seaweed can slow you down and make you lose about half a second, and that can only cost you place.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to keep the mind's honest to still be in the game. And
You really need to, in this kind of situations, you really need to look at it one lap at a time. Like, if something happens, just brush it off. Don't try to win the time back, because you're never going to win the time back. Just stick to the plan you had.
Yeah, it's something that is really difficult as a player to understand, is that if you made a bad decision, that you made it, don't try to get this decision back. Just assume the bad decision and go with it, because that's the best way you can get your time back.
Yeah.
It's just that. Keep going and sticking to the plan. But this is way easier said than done, because it's so difficult just not to think of going back. And also with such a game where you have so much muscle memory, being driven out of the track, especially during time trial, is very difficult to think of. Okay, I'm not in the spot I'm usually used to be, so how can I get back on track? Literally.
And also, you're not on the speed that you're used to be.
Yeah.
For most of the modes we play, you have full speed all the time. And the kart behaves really differently on lower speeds. And if you don't spend a lot of time on lower speeds, because pretty much everything is full speed, kart behaves differently. You try to, like, the muscle memory kicks in and you try to drive your normal lines the normal way. And
driving at low speed just spins the cars everywhere.
So it's very easily to stack mistake on mistake. You don't take like the breather. Okay, I made a mistake. I'm just driving the next couple of corners extra carefully. Make sure I get up to speed again. Then you can go back to your plan.
I don't know what's taking so long, but okay.
Next, we're only 12 remaining. 6 people lose their lives. On this road, it is Martin, Benaki, okay. We can go. We need to know our 4 people eliminated this round, which is Martin, we're number 9, Mike is number 10, Julien is 11th, and Proculating is 12th.
Flo is also out.
Flo also out.